Sonnet 12 by William Shakespeare. When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see the brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet past prime, and sable curls all silver dwar with white, when lofty trees I see barren of leaves, which erst from heat did canopy the herd, and summer's green all girded up in sheaves, borne on the bear with white and bristly beard. Then of thy beauty do I question make, that thou among the wastes of time must go, since sweets and beauties do themselves forsake, and die as fast as they see others grow. And nothing gainst time's scythe can make defense, save breed to brave him when he takes thee hence. After reading this sonnet, we as readers might be thinking, what is Shakespeare trying to convey? Or what is the message of the sonnet? The best way to understand this sonnet is to translate it into words and terms that we are most familiar with. In the first line, we see that Shakespeare started it with the word when. According to a poetry criticism by Paul Edmondson, this is because it divides the octave from the sestet, so the turning point of the thought will rely on a then statement. The translation of this line would be, when I look at the clock and see the time. In the second line of this sonnet, the usage of the word brave may be unfamiliar to us. The Norton Anthology textbook defines this word as splendid. So what Shakespeare is trying to say is that I see the splendid day turn into the dark night. In this next line, Shakespeare is simply talking about a flower that is past its prime. So what I think the translation would be is, I see a flower wilt. The fourth line, Shakespeare is now talking about a woman's hair. The translation would be, once richly colored hair is now mostly white. Here, the line switches back to nature. Lofty simply means thick, and barren means that it cannot produce much vegetation. The translation would be, the trees that were once full of leaves are now empty. In the sixth line, there's an unfamiliar word, which is erst. The textbook definition to this word is formerly. The translation would be, before the leaves would give shade to the herd. Here, summer's green refers to crops. The translation of this line would be, the crops are being gathered. The next line of this sonnet means that the crops are being carried out of the field. In line 9, make is defined as speculate. So the translation would be, then I question your beauty. This line can be translated as, time will eventually take your beauty. Here, what Shakespeare is trying to convey is that beauty will one day expire because of time. Here, Shakespeare is saying that death is inevitable. So the translation would be, you will die even if the world around you is full of life. In this line, we see the word scythe, and that means a curved blade, like the Grim Reaper would have. The translation would be, nothing can rebel against the effects of time. This is the last line of the sonnet. Here, breed means offspring, and brave means defy. So the translation would be, you have to have children to defy the effects of time. I think that the overall meaning of Sonnet 12 is about the inevitable loss of beauty. There will be a moment of time where beauty will come to an end, and this goes for any type of beauty, whether it is the beauty of summer, nature, or the beauty of a specific person. According to a poetry criticism called The Artistry of Shakespeare's Sonnets and Concerns of the Sonnets by Paul Edmondson, Shakespeare considers the outward physical world and the effect it has upon his lover in Sonnet 12. I feel like this quote accurately represents what Shakespeare was trying to convey to the readers.